Hello and welcome, my friends. It is I, Jaffa. I need to see if the Twitch is working here. Hello? Hello and welcome. Okay. So, while I was waiting for the Twitch commercial to play through, I saw one of the dumbest commercials I have ever seen in my life. And as I've stated in the last couple of Jaffas, I'm an old man. Oh my god. Why do people turn off their brains when they're watching anything? TV, YouTube? Oh my god. Wow. Sorry, I'll get off that soapbox. How are you doing today? Well, I'm doing fine. I don't know if I did the proper introduction on my channel, but yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. A few things have happened through the week. I got to practice my Spanish at a Mexican restaurant. Yay! And it was quite interesting trying to pronounce the stuff and to find that, yeah, I was pronouncing it correct. Other things that have happened. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wow, started to go mind blank there for a minute. Okay, as you can see, nice big flat platform. I do have to still finish this off. I might as well do that right now, but I won't. And now I'm building up the walls. As you can see here, so let's start over here. The outer wall, just like down there, the top cap is out one. But the inner wall here will be flush. Now, the reason I did that is there's no point in having the overhang where there's going to be a floor anyway. So, and then this is what I was talking about. This area is going to be round. It's actually a lot larger than I thought it would be. But this is good because it'll allow me to put in that elevator that I wanted. Now, in case you cannot hear, I'm having a little bit of sinus trouble today. So if I go mute all of a sudden, it's because I don't want to sneeze or any of that into the microphone. Anyway, let's see. Other things of importance. Yeah, I got nothing. Just playing the game. Let's see. What else has happened this week? Well, there's a lot of things that have happened that I could talk about. But I have chosen not to talk politics or events like that on this channel. Yes, I'm highly opinionated, but this is about the game. This is not about me ranting and raving about current politics or who's doing what in whatever area they've chosen to live in. This is about Minecraft, and about Minecraft there's a few things coming up. Mojang still does not have a stable ready release of 1.9. Now, when that happens, the plan is to go ahead and do an update to the 1.9 server, and that's going to change the game quite a bit. We will not be upgrading this server. We're going to be replacing this server with another one. So, all of this work I'm doing on Eldersdale, yeah, I'm going to be downloading, since I am an admin now on the server, I'm going to be downloading this and keeping it local. I may continue to work on it. I may use it as a platform to plan out the next Eldersdale. But that's what my plan is for the next server, is I am going to do Eldersdale 3. That's going to be my main thing. I'm not going to build a base. Well, I am going to have an underground base, okay, like that one over there. I am going to have basically that, but it's going to primarily be for resources to build Eldersdale. Yeah, I mean that's going to be its primary uh, purpose. I'm not going to have a tree farm down there. Um, I'm going to have it direct. Well, the underground base will be directly below where I put Eldersdale, and I have decided. Um, well, no, I haven't, because I'm hard to make decisions. I have currently currently chosen to change the layout of Eldersdale. Um, the Can I get over there? Yeah, I can get over there right here. Do, 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 do. These guys are pissing me off. Not even just a little. They are horribly pissing me off. Project Rainbow, if it exists in Eldersdale 3, I don't even know if I want colored sheep anymore. Because of how upsetting these guys are. Every time I log on, a new sheep has glitched out of its pen. It's got to be because a chunk is loading somewhere in these three. But whatever chunk that is right there, it causes these guys to glitch out. And it's really, just really upsetting me. Sorry, I had to mute, so let me quickly check the stream that it's back. Sorry, I had to mute, so okay. So, other things. There's no other things. We're doing 1.9. Deal and I have decided that that's going to be the best way to proceed. I cannot wait to have the dual wielding. I don't like PvP. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't like the aspect that you can kill each other. Of course, I've never been a big PvP player. So that part of it is a little bit disturbing to me. I don't want to deny anybody PvP. I mean, if you want to try attack me, I will fight back. But, yeah, I just don't necessarily like PvP. I probably am not going to be attacking someone because the point of the game for me is to build, to be creative. So, this is what my game is going to consist of. The same thing is here. But dual wielding allows you to do something that, well, it allows you to do a lot of things. You put torches. Yeah, the screen looks different. But you put torches in your offhand, which would put it in this hand. Then you can, if you're picking, you're sitting there mining a block, because there is no, and I'm right mouse clicking trying to show you, because there is no right mouse click function on this pick, we'll automatically use the left hand as the offhand as the right mouse click, which if a torch is there, it will place a torch. That makes mining very fast, very easy. The other thing is if you have a block and stairs in the offhand and you're climbing up and you reach the top of the stairs, well, you can't place a block there. I'm, again, right mouse clicking. But if you had a ladder in your offhand, the ladder can go there, and so it would place. Then you would, if you're still climbing, you would automatically go to the top, and now you can place a block up here, and then you can't place another one, so the ladder will place. And so having ladders in your offhand and blocks in your primary hand, you can sit there and make a pillar straight up to the sky just by holding forward and right mouse click. It's really awesome. I cannot wait for that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've got to mute again. Sorry, guys. Okay. Check to make sure that didn't make it in. Anyway, I've got to mute again. Sorry, guys. Okay. Alright. So, Yeah, I do apologize about streaming while I have this sinus trouble. It is Renault's. I found out that I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. It is Raynaud's. Raynaud's. Raynaud's syndrome. Um, anyway, it is the Raynaud's. It is a major pain in my butt. Um, for one, I don't like being. Uh, I guess the proper term would be human, vulnerable. Um, I don't like the idea that. Uh, let's go a couple more. I don't like the idea that I am vulnerable to diseases and syndromes that I don't know display my mortality. Um, some people have a problem with the idea that they are not immortal, that someday they will die. I've never had that problem. However, um, although I know I will die, I don't want to suffer in the meantime, which is what Renaud's is doing to me. It is allowing me to suffer. Um, Allowing me, as if it's a great privilege to suffer. Wow. But it is causing me to suffer in the experience of my life. And, I'm sorry to say, but that really irritates the crap out of me. I don't like to suffer. I don't know very many people who do like to suffer. And those who do, I seriously question their. Uh, let's see, would that be the center? Yeah, that's close enough. Anyway, I do question their not mentality. What's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah, I can't even think of what word I'm thinking of. But I question uh, their not mentality, sanity, maybe. Um, well, whatever. Uh, but yes, I'm really irritated with my Renaults today. Um, what can you do if you have something like this? You just kind of deal with it, and quite frankly, that's all I can do is just deal with it. Um, don't want to bore you guys too much with the Renaults, but like I says, I do apologize that you're having to deal with my um, sinuses, which is actually a side effect, a secondary symptom of Raynaud's. Raynaud's primary, the main symptoms is that the blood circulation gets cut off to your hands, to your feet. Your fingers turn blue. One of the secondary symptoms that I think it's like 1 out of 8 Raynaud's sufferers suffer from is the sinus symptoms, like I got. Um, I would have to double check the figures to know for sure, but it was something like that. It's more common than even doctors realize that people with wow, I'm out of blocks. People with Raynaud's are suffering from uh, seemingly unrelated things. You know, your sinus cavity has nothing to do with your um, fingertips. It's just not. They're not related in any way. The capillaries in your arms and legs close off when you are starting to freeze to death, and that's a defense system, and that's not what I'm going for. Anyway, it's a defense system so that you can stay alive. Keeps the body heat where it needs to be to keep you alive. Well, quite frankly, that isn't needed to protect you against sinus trouble. It's just, when you're sneezing, when it's cold out, you I guess that's what it is. Maybe that's all Reynolds is your body thinks you're standing out in the cold, and so it's reacting as such. Because when you're in the cold, you do sniffle and sneeze. But not everybody does it. I've met people who can stand out in the cold and not have a sniffle at all, not get cold at all. Myself, I do get the sniffles, and so maybe that's all Reynolds is. Reynolds. God, I'm never gonna get that right. Sorry, guys. Anyway, maybe that's all that is the idea that your body thinks that you're cold, and so it's having the reaction that you would if you were basically freezing to death. It could explain a lot of what I'm dealing with. I really want that one back. Jump off of a building just for a single piece of block. But I haven't been able to smelt fast enough to account for what I'm doing. I'm placing blocks faster than I can smell them, so anyway, that's enough about Reynolds. I'm tired of talking about that subject. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other subjects that I could talk about. Let me go ahead and say that I need to start getting some feedback from you guys to know more of what you want to see. And I'm not talking on the build. The build, yeah, I can see where you guys want me to go in a particular direction, and I do not discount that. But, the conundrum that I'm playing with here, the conundrum that I have with doing as you guys suggest on the build is the idea that this is what happened here. Oh, duh. This is my build. I'm not trying to be selfish because you guys are watching me, but ideas that take me in a direction that don't express who Jaffa is really not something that should be on my channel. I mean, if you guys want a particular thing built to express what you like, start your own YouTube channel. I mean, seriously, it's not that hard. If I can do it, being the fool that I am, you guys can do it too. It's really not that difficult. So yeah, I don't want to discourage anybody from giving feedback, but as far as, I want to see this in your build, that's a nice suggestion. And if I like it, if it matches who Jaffa is, I will do it. But if it's something that goes totally in the opposite direction, like tear down Eldersdale, build a steampunk house instead of this great big castle, which reminds me, I still need to get villagers in here. But, no, I like Eldersdale. It's part of who I am. Even the name is part of who I am. Let me go ahead and explain what I mean by that. Yes, I am older, hence the elder. But the difference is I have a son who bears my same name. I am a senior, he is a junior. Now, if you think about it, elders Dell. What is a senior? He is an elder. In fact, even in our society, an elder, leader of a community type elder, he is a senior citizen usually, but he is a senior. So, it's a play on words of that. A dell is a location, um, over hill, over dell kind of thing, and it technically means valley. Well, this was down on the base a valley. So Elder's Dell, the original Elder's Dell was built on the edge of a mountain going out into a valley. This one is built right off of the mountain. In fact, I had to tear that mountain down in order to put it in, um, going off into a valley. So, yeah, Elder's Dell is quite literally a a location in a valley that has to directly deal with the fact that I am a senior in real life. Now, for those who's going to criticize, laugh, or just snicker, I am not a senior citizen in real life. I know that that's kind of a snicker, at least for my family who will be listening to this. But no, I'm not a senior in real life. I leave that to other people. Or should I say yet. Yet. In the Minecraft community, I'm an old guy. I'm older than Good. Look that up. Good Boulderfist, who's been in the Minecraft community for 6 years now. I am older than him. I am older than Doc M77, which is kind of funny because 77 is the year he was born. Or I suspect. Sorry, Doc, if I got that wrong. But that's what I'm guessing 77 means. Let's go sleep off tonight. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Badge. Badge, if his age is what I suspect it is, and I'm not going to say it, but if his name is, or his name, if his age is what I suspect it is, I'm older than Badge. Let's see, who else? Jasano, Minecracker, I'm definitely older than him. Definitely older than Zisto. Of course, Good is older than Zisto, as far as I know. I can't think of anybody else who might be my age. Exuma, Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo's just a kid. I mean, he's talking about how he's celebrated his 20-something birthday, and I'm like, wow, that was a long, long time ago for me. Let's see, I'm almost out of these blocks. Anyway, I'm also almost out of time. I've got a minute left, so I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up. Let me explain what I'm doing here one last time, or one more time. This is going to be a turret, a tower. And yes, it is a lot bigger than I was expecting. But this is going straight up, and I don't think I'm going to go to build height, but I do want to be taller than that mountain right there. So I'm going to be going up. In here is going to be one of those minecart elevators that could shoot you straight up to the top. There's going to be a stop at this floor, stop at the previous floor right there. And then, of course, the bottom layer is going to be down there. I don't know if I'm going to have a door. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have a door out here, which... how am I going to do that? Okay, more things to think about. But I'm also going to have doors out here. These are half slabs. So they're going to be open doorways. Let me see if I can just quickly build one up. That now this is the conundrum. This is a 2 high, so I can pass through. But what I don't know if I should do is have it the 2.5 high. Yeah, that looks more like a good doorway. Since there won't be a physical door attached here, because these would have to be solid blocks, I'd have to go up and then down. Yeah, I like this. Nice and open. These are half slabs, so no mobs can spawn. I like this. And then, like I says, these little turn things, you can defend against the wall. Yeah. Anyway, guys, those are some of the plans, ideas, and concerns that I've had. I don't think I have followed a single topic through to its logical conclusion and for that I do apologize. My brain is all over the place. This is something that happens with the Renaults. For me, is when my head is hurting, I go all over the place. We call it squirrel moments. I have squirrel moments. Let's see, what was the name of that movie? Up, where that dog goes, "Hi, my name is whatever," and then goes, "Squirrel. Hi, my name is Doug." That was his name. My name is Doug. Doug, the dog, chasing squirrels. That is my brain on a regular basis when I have this for notes. So I do apologize, guys. I also am conscious and realize that I apologize for things a lot. I say sorry more than any other YouTuber that I've ever heard of. But you know what? I don't want to make you guys suffer. I love the fact that you guys are here. I definitely do appreciate anybody tuning in, which reminds me I need to check the stream and see if anybody added. I am still so new to Twitch that I don't have very many people watching me on Twitch. So, yeah, and there's no one there right now. But, see, that's what I mean. Squirrel. I checked Twitch, and now I can't remember what I was saying. Wow. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining in. On the feedback. Yes, please leave me feedbacks on things that you want me to cover, talk about. And please do make suggestions for the build. But do not be upset if I don't choose your selection for actually implementing on the build. It's nothing personal. I'm not saying that you're a bad designer. All I'm saying is that it's not something that meets... This is going to sound really, really bad, guys. It's not something that meets Jaffa standards. It's not something that I myself would do, and so I'm not going to try to implement it into, say, Eldersdale, because if I get it wrong, you're going to be even more offended that I got it wrong than the fact that I didn't build it. And, you know, as I said before, I don't even remember what video it was. I am Eastern. My heritage is Eastern, and we apologize for a lot of things. We say that we're sorry a lot. The main thing is we do not want to offend other people. It's offensive to us to offend other people. How's that? So, I don't want to offend you guys. I would rather take the chance of offending you guys of not using a plan or build than to using it incorrectly and having you guys upset and leave the channel for that. So, once again, sorry, but this is Jaffa's build. If I don't implement it, it means that I don't think I can do justice to what you're suggesting. Anyway, I've said sorry about 1,000 times today. My brain is all over the place. I'm pulling a Vex right now with jumping on everything. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm 5 minutes over. I'm going to say goodbye. My friends, as always, may peace find you well.